This train's going to take me overnight from Narvik, Norway to Stockholm, Sweden. The Germans controlled Norway in World War II. Reindeer stew. This is Narvik Station in far northern Norway. It is the northernmost passenger train line in all of Norway, connected only to Sweden, not the rest of Norway down south. I'm taking a train from Narvik down to Stockholm, Sweden. It's an overnight train, but before the train leaves, let's take a little tour of the station area. There is the so-called Arctic train, cafe and souvenirs and info shop, but it is closed for repairs, unfortunately. But when they're open, I'm sure you can buy a coffee and sit out here and wait for your train. Departures and arrivals board is always pretty simple here. You can go to Luleå or you can go all the way to Stockholm. And what's this? Look at this amazing thing. It's the old Bifrost. Bifrost was built in 1882 at Nidkvistenholm in Trollhättan, Sweden. The name Bifrost derives from Norse mythology and was described as a burning rainbow bridge between Midgard, the world, and Asgard, the realm of the gods. If you were a train, you would wish that was your nickname. Who are you, the burning rainbow bridge? Let's see if we can climb up on it. Good, sturdy 1883 technology. The burning rainbow bridge. So let's go take a look at the very small waiting room, about half an hour until the train arrives. We have a snack machine, which is completely empty. Passenger trains may be infrequent at Narvik, but there are plenty of trains bringing iron ore in from Kiruna, Sweden. The arrivals bring a picturesque bustle to Narvik while you wait for your train. Showtime! Car number 10. It's the one right behind the engine. Let's go. I want to show you the train. So first I'm going to show you my private compartment here. I'll show you all about that, then we'll kind of take a look around the train. The doors all use this key card system. So put it in. This is the private compartment. It's actually a compartment for 3 people. So 3 people, there are 3 beds here. 1, 2, 3. You have a private sink with cold water and soap. The sink does have a little hot, cold control, but it never feels any different to me. 3 boxes of water, reading material. Nattåget Norrland, a night train for the Northland, I guess. This opens and you get cups for drinking, I guess, or brushing your teeth. 2 more tickets for the door. And you have 1 for the shower room, which is down the hall. I'll show you that later. Some coat racks, plugs. If you need power adapters, you've got one here. It's the European style. So you need an adapter if you're not from Europe. You have more plugs here, although the second bunk is the only one that gets their own power adapters. If you have anything that needs like continuous power, it doesn't work. I had my dash cam plugged in and the power would just kind of snap off for a split second, and so the dash cam was always like reloading and restarting and stuff. So if you need anything that has continuous power, you need to get yourself a power brick or something like that and use that. Otherwise, if you just want to charge your phone or something, that's fine. If you are sitting in a seat and not in a private compartment like this, just a normal like seat, you will have an outlet to power stuff, and you will have a tray so you can sit there and eat at your seat if if you want to. Let's make the beds.
Vår bistroservering i tåget som befinner sig i den bakre delen, vagn nummer 51, kommer att öppna när vi kommer in på svensk sida klockan 16.
Okay, each bed is a little different.
Vi kommer alltså att hitta vår bistroservering i den bakre delen av tåget i vagn 51 och vi öppnar så när vi kommer över på svensk.
So making each...
I vagn 51 hittar ni även tågpersonalen om ni har några funderingar under resans. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this night train bound for Stockholm. Our bistro in the back of the train, car number 51, will open at 1600 at 4 o'clock when we pass the border to Sweden.
Sweden.
Thank you.
Each bed has its own kind of realities. So the bottom bed is the couch for the sofa for everybody in the daytime. When you want to make it a bed at night, all you do is you lift the back here and that goes up and the bedding rolls out. There's this bar in here, so it goes over. Your towels and your pillows for everybody are up on the third bunk. That's the bottom bunk. You can sleep either way. Okay. Put that back away during the day. Now, the second bunk, push this down and the whole thing, oh, here's your strap. The whole thing pulls down. You have to kind of undo this thing over this latch, and these go into these things on the side, little belt buckles, like that. And this one goes up here. So you can pull these tighter, and you have like a little net to keep you from falling out and rolling over at night. You also have a little pouch for keeping your phone and whatever you want at night. Also, the bottom bunk has a pouch. And if the second bunk is down, the bottom person does not have room to sit. To put the second bunk back, it's very simple. Push it back up, and it snaps into place. Now, getting to the third bunk is the most adventurous because you have to use this ladder. Lift up this little latch. The ladder comes down like that. I'm traveling with my partner. We are 2 people. We have this whole cabin compartment, so we're not using the third bunk, but let's go up and take a look at it anyway. Nothing as fun as climbing up to a bunk in a train, a moving train, right along the edge of this fjord. This might be easier if the second bunk is actually made. Ow! There you go. You're on the top bunk. It does genuinely take a bit of dexterity to get up to the top bunk. So if you are traveling in a party where one of you is more dexterous, then that person should get on the top. But up here you have another little rack for stuff. You have your little net for stuff. You've got everybody's pillows. This also goes up in here, and that goes up into there to keep you from rolling out again. And there you go. And you've got your own control panel here for lighting, radio controls. I got curious about the radio, so I'm going to check out the radio here. On channel 1. Static on all 3 channels. I've also translated these 2 buttons. This one is wake up call. So I guess the train staff comes and asks you when you want to be woken up. This one is just speak to the train staff. I don't quite know what the difference is here, but this is the light, and this switch, which has been off all night here, is very hot. So I don't know why. That's not a good sign. If the train explodes overnight, it's because of this light switch, so sorry. So this is the view of the window from the top bunk. This is the view from the second bunk. And this is the view from the bottom bunk. Okay, the second obviously is the best view. So if you really want a good view, I say get the second bunk. Also, about the blind. You pull the blind down from the top and you can stick it right here. In case the second bunk person wants to sleep and the first bunk person wants to look at the complete darkness out the window. And then at night you can of course put the thing down here, so everybody can sleep. You also have some trash bags, which you can use, and I think there are trash cans at the end of the car. This is a different kind of compartment. This is 6 beds. I see 1, 2, and 3, 4. I guess a second one gets added somehow. 6 bottles of water, 6 copies of the reading material, and excellent, excellent views. There is Wi-Fi on the train. It's a network that seems to run the entire length. It's pretty good. Sometimes I've seen it cut out. And if you ever turn your phone off, or if you go outside the train for a second and come back, you always have to log back in. But there's no password. You just hit a little screen that says, I agree to everything you say, whatever it is. So that's a compartment. You sit here, you admire the view, you admire the waterfalls, you drink your box of water, and you just listen to the sound of the train going through the Scandinavian countryside. Now let's go see the rest of the train, including the dining car. First, the bathroom. At the end of the car, there is the bathroom. Simple little bathroom. You got your sink with the hot water thing, and the soap, and the paper towels. And that guy. There is a table for if you're carrying 2 medium pizzas, you put them here, I suppose. Or changing babies. The toilet paper. Tryckknapp för WC spillning. Push button to flush. Oh, okay. Makes enough sense. Trash can. No view out this window, of course. And no smoking. On the first day, between Narvik and nightfall, there was no full restaurant car, only the Bistro Car. The menu is more limited here, and there are seats with trays plus a few small tables, all first come, first served. So here's what they have. Swedish menu and English menu. The warm meals are reindeer stew, gnocchi, warm autumn salad. You got moose salami, reindeer salami, cold drinks like Cokes and stuff, children's juice, orange juice, milk, they got a couple types of beer, I think, coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. And for cold meals, a baguette, a wrap, a rolled flatbread, children's meatballs. Breakfast, they have a cheese roll, fjellflul, smoothie, fresh orange juice, and an egg. And for a nicer journey, you can also buy earplugs, toothbrush, reindeer, fika, and candy. And they have like various snacks and candy and stuff like that. Hello. Hello. You have reindeer stew?
Yes.
Okay. Also a beer.
One beer.
One beer.
Yes. You want glass?
No thanks. Here's my reindeer stew. Look at the reindeer stew. Reindeer, meat, some mushrooms, some potatoes, peas, and lingonberry. I have a wooden knife and fork set. The Mariestad beer. And unlike all the beer back in Kiruna that I bought in the supermarket, which was all 3.5% alcohol, this one is 5.3% alcohol. They look good and they taste delicious. The next morning, there had been a change. A full restaurant car accompanies the train in the busier section of the route, near Stockholm. I'll let Sleepy Me explain.
It's
some point in the night, the restaurant car switched. It's no longer the little junky little bistro car now. It's like a full restaurant car, full selection. And when I bought coffee yesterday, the guy said, free refills on the coffee. I was like, great. So we took our coffee cups to the lady today in this new car. She's like, oh no, free refills don't last overnight. You have to buy it. The shower room. Here it is. The small little shower cubicle. Last time I was on this train, nobody had used the shower and it just barely dripped out. The moment of truth. Water. Cold. Oh. Soapy feet on a moving train. Okay, that was a success. That was a good shower. The water pressure was not superb, but it was all right. It actually did get quite warm after a while. The good news is that the whole train is pretty warm anyway, and the compartment has a little heater in it, and it works very well. I put it on 23 Celsius and the room got stuffy, so I turned it down. A lot of people probably don't bother with the shower, so I am currently one of the cleanest people on this train. The scenery is a main draw of the Arctic train. The most dramatic, the mountains and valleys and streams tumbling into the fjord, is the section between Narvik and Kiruna. The actual international border is inside a tunnel, and you have to watch out for the national colors painted on the wood outside the window, or you'll miss it. Depending on the time of year and which direction you're traveling, all of this may or may not pass by in the daylight. This footage was shot in October, between the midnight sun of summer and the dark polar winter. One of the most striking things on the route is Sweden's vast Torneträsk Lake, which stretches dozens of kilometers and is followed by the train for most of it. Going south, the land starts to flatten out as you approach the iron ore mining town of Kiruna, where the train stops and you can get out and wander around. And that's worth it, because Kiruna is the whole reason that the train line even exists. It's a really interesting story, and a key moment in European history. Okay, a brief stop in Kiruna. We have about half an hour to stop here. Kiruna, of course, is very, very important because this town is the reason that this train exists, this train line. From here to Narvik, it was made because people wanted to ship iron from the mines here in this part of Sweden to Narvik because the ocean around Narvik doesn't freeze in winter. So they built this train line. This train line was of much interest to the Nazis, the Germans in World War II, and the British. Both of them wanted to control this train line. So basically controlling Norway was really important because of this train line. So some of the earliest battles in the war were actually fought in Narvik, or near Narvik, in the ocean near Narvik. The Germans won. The Germans controlled Norway in World War II, thanks to the puppet government led by Quisling. And here is the monument to the iron workers of Kiruna and the mines of Kiruna, which are still a thing. Let's go check out the station. Let's see what we got here. We got a view out to the train lines and some water, some kind of lake, some places to sit around, some hip little seats, and all the information you could possibly want about Kiruna in Swedish and German and English and Japanese. And as somebody mentioned to me yesterday, they are moving Kiruna. The city of Kiruna is moving. So the Kiruna that I see right now might not be the Kiruna that you see when you come here in the future. Okay, that's it. I'm fed, clean, I'm warm, and I got the night ahead on a very, very relaxing train to look forward to. Got my reading material. Good night. After a good night's sleep, Sweden wakes up. The land down here is flatter, with farms, small lakes, the occasional river, and some of Sweden's notable towns like Gävle and Uppsala, some of which the train stops at for a few minutes. Thank you to my patrons on Patreon, and special thanks to John Arne Hansen. Alright, well that is the trip from Narvik all the way to Stockholm, all the ups and downs and the twists and turns and the ins and outs. And that's the train. We are here in Stockholm. It's 9:30 in the morning on a gloriously sunny morning. So let's go see Stockholm some more.